Question answer time. Yes, I am single. I've been single for the last 6 years. So I'm, you know, as we get older, it's needle in a haystack to find that connection. And I'll just wait. I'll just wait until. And I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay by myself. I like myself enough. So, yeah, I have faith eventually someone will cross my path. Now, I've reached out several times to some gentlemen on the internet here, and no, I'm not for them. So, like I said, needle in a haystack, but you want that connection. Yeah, you want that. So, I'll wait. Yeah, thank you.
Compare it to pushing your tray down the cafeteria line. Nothing looks good.
Hi there. This message is for all the ladies out there over 50. You know what? Don't listen to stuff like this. This is so outdated, it's ridiculous. Long gone are the days that we're sitting around waiting for somebody to choose us like old cafeteria food. No, we are fierce, we are bold, we are brave, we are beautiful. We are exactly everything that we're supposed to be. Don't let society make you feel bad for aging. There's nothing to feel bad about. We can shine with the beauty that we are, regardless as to what age we are. So let ideals like this go. Let comments like this go. Let just this message go, and just tell yourself on a daily basis how absolutely amazing and fierce and wonderful you are. And know I love you and I think you are, and that's it. That's my message. Go, do it. Fierce.
What happened to hello? How are you? My name is. What happened to that?
All right, guys. So we've got a lot to unpack here in tonight's coaching video. So let's talk about the first older woman who is 62 years old and is still single. Okay? Still single after over 6 decades of being on this earth. She is sitting here talking about, I'm just gonna wait because I really need to find that connection. Yo, you've been on this planet over half a century. Okay? You've been on this planet since the late 50s. What exactly are you looking for that you cannot find, that you have not found in over half a century? This is what I don't get about a lot of these middle-aged women. Okay? These middle-aged women that are well beyond the age of 30. Okay? They're out there doing these TikTok videos. That's another thing. Why are you on TikTok as a 60-something-year-old? That is the last place you should be on, right? That is the last place. I'm not anywhere near 60 years old, but I ain't on TikTok, man. I'm on YouTube. But in any case, she is talking about, I'm just going to wait. And she's serious. She's like, I'm just going to wait. What are you going to wait till? Till you're 100? Okay, there comes a time where you just have to take a look in the mirror and go, maybe I'm just kind of swinging for the fences. Maybe I'm just, going into a Lambo dealership with enough money to buy a Camry and expecting them to give me like an Aventador. Maybe it's time to kind of just dial it back a bit and go, hey, I'm 62. My SMV has dropped like a rock. And maybe I should just try to get what I can, right? As the old saying goes, beggars can't be choosers. Because now that you are 62 years old, chances are most guys who are 62, especially guys who've learned this stuff, are not going to want to date women their own age. Okay, and this is why so many of these older women have so many problems trying to find a decent partner. Okay, after they hit the big 3-0. Becomes harder and harder the longer you stay single. And this is why we always say on this channel, we always encourage these women, right? Hey, Cash in those chips while you're at your prime, right? Which is your 20s. Cash it in, preferably before the age of 25, because it starts to go downhill from there. Okay, you lose your bargaining power as each year goes by. You lose that leverage to get the type of quality man that you want. So if somebody is still single at 62 years old, what does that tell you about them, right? And I hate to judge. I don't like doing that, right? But it does. I mean, really, your past history does say a lot about you, right? If you're still single and you're in your 60s, especially this older woman, right? She's grandma age. Obviously, she's grandma age at 62. She's not ugly. She's not bad looking. She's not fat. She's not obese. I mean, for her age, she's still a pretty good looking woman. Okay. And I can tell you right now, 30, 40 years ago, she was even way better looking, right? Dare I say hot. What was the problem? Why didn't you cash it in then? What exactly were you looking for that you could not find in all these men? And now, after decades of riding the carousel, she's looking for that quality guy where she has a connection. Whereas, you know, what I've taught you guys on this channel is the more guys that these women sleep with, the more they lose that ability to pair bond. This is why I tell girls, don't jump on the carousel in your 20s, right? That's the last thing you want to do, because you will lose that natural ability to pair bond with a man, right? And you'll just be harder and harder to, it will just get harder and harder for you to actually find a man, because now the older you get, the more emotional baggage you accumulate. It's like you're walking around eggshells. You become your own worst enemy, because you're like, I need this type of guy, that type of guy. Oh, I've dated that type of guy. No, that's not going to work. You know, instead of just getting back to square one, and it's like, hey, it takes two people to make a relationship work, right? It takes two people. Okay, it's not all about you. Okay, they have their own needs too. And you know what? You can't do this like me stuff forever and ever, because like this woman, you're going to end up being 62 on TikTok, still single, talking about how I'm just going to wait. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? 62, man. You know, I can understand like a 17-year-old saying this, even an 18-year-old, 19, right? Not 62. Okay, even when I hear women in their 20s say stuff like this, right? Some are personal friends of mine. I'm like, I would not wait too long, man. I would put some serious focus and energy on doing this and finding the right guy if that's what you plan on doing. Otherwise, there is a very high chance that you are going to stay single for a very long time. And the longer you're single, the worse it gets. That's the way it works. So it really saddens me that mainstream corporate media has sold a lot of these women on a dream. You know, obviously politicians, leftists, and all these buffoons out there have sold all of these women, especially younger women today, on this dream that you're the prize. You're a princess. You're a queen. Don't settle. Don't settle. How many times have I heard that? Like, don't settle. And now a lot of these chicks are thinking like, oh, okay, I'm 62, I have no SMB, but I can still get a high value man who I connect with, who will treat me right, good guy, good job, income, lives in the right neighborhood, drives the right car. It's like, you can't get that dude. Why? Because that dude is going for women 4 decades younger than you, if not 5. Okay? You cannot get that dude anymore. Okay? There are women, I'm barely closing in on 50 here, and there are women that I went to school with that I would have just cut my right arm off to be with back then. And now, they're coming around now or the last 10 years, and I'm like, it's too late, man. It's too late. I mean, the most popular girl at my junior high school that everybody was in love with, reconnected with this girl. She was so hot back then. I mean, me and my my best friend at the time, this kind of like fat dude, John, we were in the 7th grade together, and he had the biggest crush on her. We would just like Google over this chick like every time she walked by. And then, obviously several decades later, social media comes out, Facebook. We start connecting through Facebook, and now she's interested. And I was like looking at her pics, and I'm like, this ain't gonna work anymore, man. This ain't gonna work. As much as I'd love to fulfill that old fantasy from 7th grade, it's just not gonna work, right? Nice person, but I'm like, we can be friends. We're still friends, but I'm like, I ain't going there. And I think she got pretty like offended that I wouldn't go there. She's like, Macroft, him? That guy I used to ignore at lunch? A guy who just used to check me out with his fat friend John? Him? No, those losers? But no, she can't have me, and she probably can't even have John either, right? John is he's lost weight and he's done well for himself, became a book writer, and kind of like has a chat appeal to him. My old buddy John, who used to be fat and just nerdy back then. So yeah, we both done well for ourselves, and these older women, it's like, what do you want? What do you want? And let me just talk about the second TikTok video from the other 60-plus-year-old woman who was covered in tattoos. Okay, she was totally covered up in tats and makeup, and I mean, her hair was already turning gray. Another grandma, right? And that's not a pit against her. I mean, yeah, she's grandma age, right? She was talking about because there was a guy that she was responding to that said, it starts to look like a food tray line or something. It just gets worse and worse. And then she's like, don't listen to this guy. You know what, women? It doesn't matter what age you are. You're beautiful no matter what. You're fearless. You're gorgeous. Don't listen to society. Just listen to yourself. And it's like, this is the exact type of mindset that led you to where you are right now, where you're still single, you're over 60, and you can't find a man. Okay? You cannot find a man. It's just mind-numbing, guys, right? It's mind-numbing when you hear these women just completely lie to themselves. They can't even be honest with themselves, right? And this is why, you go nuts when you argue with women, especially modern women, right? There's like no accountability whatsoever. There's no agency whatsoever. And you just hear them yap and yap like nothing is their fault, right? And it just drives me nuts. It drives guys nuts because we really do want to get to the truth of things, while most women, especially these modern women and women who've been riding the CC all their lives, they just want to stay in fantasy land. Okay, they don't want the truth. They want to stay in fantasy land, right? So much so that, they'll drop like hate comments on videos like this. They'll stalk my social media and attack me and others, right, who produce the same similar type of comment. They'll attack us for bad choices that they made themselves. It's like, I don't know you, lady. I don't know your name. I don't know who you are. I don't know your story, but here you are getting triggered by my content as well as others and sending us nasty hate messages because you think that somehow that is going to like fix your problem. It's not. Your problem is you. Your problem is your mindset. Your problem is you don't admit when you're wrong. So the second TikTok of the other grandma with the tattoos, I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know right there, right? That should tell you everything you know. I mean, imagine your grandma having like tons of tattoos. You just, that would freak you out a bit, right? It's a bit jarring, especially when you get older and your body starts to wrinkle. Tats do not look good, man. You're not going to stay young forever. And maybe she got those tats back in her, the 80s or the 70s or rocker days. She's probably going to the, the Rod Stewart concert and, stalking Billy Idol. Who knows, right? But now she's in her 60s and her herself, still single, still out there, and still can't figure out what she is doing wrong. She still thinks that she's a queen, she's a prize, I'm fearless, and here she is giving that other bad advice to other women. This is why I tell you, women, if you want dating advice, do not listen to other women. You have to listen to men because you're going to get the truth. You're not going to like the truth, right? It's going to sting a little bit. You're not going to like it. It's going to be, it's going to be content you've never heard before, but it'll be the truth. right? It'll be the truth, because the truth often isn't pretty, is it? And just to touch upon the third TikTok video briefly, where it was the older woman with a glass of wine or something, and she was like, what happened to hello? What happened to what's your name? What happened to how are you doing? What do you expect at that age when you're still single, right? I mean, it's slim pickings, man, right? It is slim pickings. It's like getting to like the Black Friday sale at Walmart, the last hour that they're open. There's not going to be much left. Okay, you can't sit there and maintain this ridiculous standard that you expect that widescreen plasma TV to still be there. You expect to be able to still get the high value guys. You can't. Okay, you can't. So you have to take what you can get at that age, right? It's like a rummage sale, man. You got to take what you can get, and what's usually there is just usually the leftovers, right? This is why I cannot say this enough. When you are in your prime, that is the time to go out there and, get the highest value guy you can. Be realistic about your standards, okay? You have to be realistic and be like, okay, this is the best I could do. I'm going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to treat this man as well as I can, right? And we're going to be happy together. I'm going to stop this nonsense of whipping out my pom-poms and cheerleading for myself and constantly yapping in his ear about how wonderful I am and how he's so lucky to be with a woman like me. I'm so independent, strong, and fearless. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, because that is not what men want to hear. Okay? It's not what men want to hear. Right? We want somebody who smells good, who's young, fertile, submissive, doesn't brag constantly about herself or her job. We just want somebody who's pleasant to be around, who's cool, who's fun, who likes to laugh at things and isn't a pain in the ass. As always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything I might have missed that you would like to add below, drop them in the comments below. Any similar experiences you've had that you would like to share with the tribe, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I always love to see you guys in my comments. I always love to read them, so please drop those comments below. And as I said earlier, this is going to be one of the last coaching videos we do here in the Range Rover, so it's a bit sad. I've had this car for a while, and we'll be moving on to the next car. But it's been a great car, regardless of what anybody has had to say about it. This has actually been one of the most reliable cars that I have ever owned. Funny enough, because people are always like, oh, the Range Rover, oh, the DeLorean, oh my gosh, those are horrendous when it comes to maintenance. No, these two cars have been literally the most maintenance-free cars I've ever owned. So it's been a pleasure to own this Range Rover, and probably going to be moving on to another one, if not a similar class SUV. But going to be keeping the DeLorean, obviously, never going to sell that car. But I think it's time to move on from the Range Rover. So I have a lot of memories in this car, man. A lot of dates, a lot of just good times. Yeah, so it's going to be sad. But as always, make sure you smash that like button below. Just do it now. Do it for the Range Rover. Smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe to my channel, because it tells the YouTube algorithm that you like what I'm doing here and you want me to produce more content for you. Okay? So please make sure you're subscribed as well. Too many of you guys are watching my vids and you're not subscribed. Man, help me out. Help a brother out and subscribe to the 33 Secrets. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you, yes, you, how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, stunners, the absolute best looking women on the planet. I teach you how to go out there and do that. And right now, I have a number of coaching students all around the world out there making things happen, rain or shine, every single day, no matter what's going on with the economy, who's in the White House, right? Doesn't matter. We're continuing to live our lives at the highest level. And I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And this is the absolute best way to support my work. So if you want to jump into 7 Months of Mastery, please do so. Okay, right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds. So do that now. And I will see you in my next coaching video. We're out. Me and the rover for one of the last times. Till next time.